We got another decade or two to go. Things are gonna get really weird.
Well, I don't know how many years on this earth I got left. I'm gonna get real weird with it.
Hello friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily Reddit content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies. Today, we're jumping into rSlash Facepalm, courtesy of JoeRick1102, who has been requesting it pretty consistently, at least once a week. So finally, I'm gonna give in. I'm gonna survey this gallery of inexplicable stupidity, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it with me. So with all that said and out of the way, let's jump into this thing. Hot take by The Economist. The USPS is viewed favorably by 91% of Americans, despite the billions in losses annually. It's a service. It doesn't lose money, it costs money. No one says the military loses $750 billion per year. Ooh, hit 'em where it hurts. The military budget, we don't talk about it, we just pay it. Dang-o. Another verified Twitter user, hot take by Neil. If masks were necessary for our survival as a species, we would have evolved one by now. We haven't. We have noses and mouths. We have airways. It's not natural for people to go around with face masks on in their general life, and no amount of government propaganda can change that. And then Sean, I think is this guy's name. He blocked me on Twitter, probably part of some blockchain. He didn't like who I was following. But his response is pretty golden. Neil, do you wear shoes? I have news for you, Neil. Evolution takes millions of years. Hell, our brains have not even evolved to keep up with the diet that most people eat. You know what I mean? We like meat and we like sweet flavors because those signify to our brain that these are high energy foods. Well, guess what? Basically, everybody's living a sedentary life, especially now in quarantine. So we're all getting fat because our brains are still trying to catch up with our evolution as a species. So to say that we would have simply evolved masks over our faces, like, what are you smoking, dude? And can you share? Shots fired at socialized medicine. You want socialized medicine? Tell me again how good Canadian healthcare is. Tell me about the wait times for serious medical procedures. Did you guys learn anything from the complete failure of Obamacare? Which was not socialized medicine, to be fair. It's just a tax if you don't have healthcare, which is retarded, but that's neither here nor there. The response: my husband needed brain surgery. World-class neurosurgeons removed a wedge of his skull, used lasers to remove scar tissue on his temporal lobe, and then put his skull back together. My biggest expenses were parking and snacks for stress eating. Revolutionary. I'm right there with you that an actual socialized medicine healthcare system would be an absolutely fantastic thing, because I live in fear of getting in a car wreck and even just breaking my arm or having one of my kids breaks their arm. That would put us on the street. And I think most Americans, and Filipinos for that matter, are in the same position, because the Philippines doesn't have a socialized healthcare system either. There are people that die in the hallways of a hospital simply because they don't have money to pay here, so shit's really real. Like, at least in America, they'll take you and just bill you later. In the Philippines, it's like, oh, you don't have the money? Then I guess you sit there and die. That is terrifying. So yeah, as much as I love capitalism, I would be a huge proponent of global socialized medicine, and I know probably maybe some people won't agree with that, but that's okay, because as far as I can tell, it's not actually happening anytime soon. My sister started 8th grade today, and it's all on Zoom. And today she got in trouble because she got up to get water during class. As she's getting yelled at, she looks at me and says, "How this bitch gonna tell me I can't get water in my own house?" Oh, too true. And it is a strange new world we are living in, I'm gonna tell you that much. I actually saw a really concerning thread on Twitter that was basically teachers talking about, like, connecting with their students while there's parents in the room, and what if the student has certain pronouns but they're still in the closet to their parents and such and such. So then the question becomes, are children supposed to be kept by their parents, or are they supposed to be kept by teachers? I guess it would depend on where they are, except now that question gets a little more complicated, right? So they are technically in their house. Kids don't magically transform into wards of the state simply because they're on a Zoom call. I'm in Zoom meetings all the time for my job, and you know what I say if I gotta get some water? Hold on, I gotta get some water, and people wait. Or they don't, and I'll just catch up later. What are you talking about that's so important that missing 30 seconds of it is just integral? Control freak!
They deadass used Getty Images photos of a shark and cropped it onto their poster. LMFAO! The DCEU is a freaking joke.
Oh my god, look, there's Aquaman, and that's the same shark! My goodness! And obviously they paid to get the watermark removed, they just didn't use the smudging tool like I tend to do on my thumbnails. Response! That's what stock photos are for. Did you think they actually photographed a dude chilling with sharks? The bigger question is like, how does this dude know the Getty Images photos of sharks? Was he just sorting through all the photos of shark? He's like, I've seen this shark before. I gotta make a tweet about it. Bro, get a hobby. I mean, maybe that is his hobby, but get a better hobby. Jesus. This morning, the young barista woman told me that a customer came in with a mask, but not wearing it. When she asked the customer to put on her mask, please, the woman said, "Why? There's no one in here." And that customer not seeing the barista as a someone very much tracks with my anecdotal experience of non-mask wearers. God. Too accurate. The US government has warned its citizens to be very cautious about traveling to New Zealand because of our 23 active cases of COVID-19. Yeah, US. New Zealand is the problem. I can't believe that they would dare have 23 active cases. Wait, how many do we have per capita? And that's per capita. That's adjusted for population. We still have like tenfold more. Good God. The extremely tiny city that I live in has 23 active cases, so I'd say New Zealand is doing pretty well, all things considered. And if I was a New Zealander, I'd be like, yeah, stay out. We just want to keep you guys safe. That's what this is about. Please stay far away so you can stay safe. Oh God, here's some gold. MAGA-themed wedding pays tribute to Trump. No. And the response isn't about how she looks like a dependopotamus in her wedding dress, which... I'm sorry. The response is much more graceful than anything that I could come up with. Simply, how empty is your life when you make your wedding about another man? Oh, that cuts deep. My God. Wow. I don't know what else to say, but got him. Got him. This is the official White House portrait of President Obama that Trump refuses to hang and have an official unveiling for. It is the first time in history that a sitting president has been so petty. Trump may not hang it, but we can share it and flood the internet with it. I mean, let's be real. Trump was up front, like, from the beginning. I remember the debates, and they're like, if Hillary wins, are you going to accept the results? And he's like, nah. Nah. And Hillary's like, yeah, I would. And then she kind of goes back on her word. Regardless, I'm pretty okay with this because I don't know if the next president is going to hang a picture of Trump or what's going to go on. But at the end of the day, I don't really give a shit about it because let's stop deifying politicians. They're all scumbags that say they're out for the good of the country, but we know what it's really all about, don't we? Come on now. Money in the power. Money in the power. From the offices of Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump on Twitter, make America great again. The president tweeting "Make America Great Again" after nearly 4 years in office is an incredible self-own. So like, what should it be instead? You'd be like, keep America prodigious again. That's Kappa, which is also a Twitch emote that is used to represent sarcasm or trolling. I don't know if you kids are into the Twitch. I don't really do live streams anymore, but I still attend them from time to time. Maybe old Donnie is just hipper to the meme culture than we realize. But probably it really was just, you know, an elderly man self-owning. And you'll love to see it. Oh. A Georgia high school suspended 2 students for posting photos of crowded hallways. Wow. Suppress the truth. How many masks do you see in this picture? I see 0, mostly because it's the back of people's heads. But isn't this terrifying? They're like, oh, we can't do Zoom classes or anything like that because maybe some people don't have access. You got access to a library? Jesus. Even in the Philippines, a lot of people don't have internet access. I mean, a lot. So Zoom is not really an option. But we are starting school up again by having the parents go and get packets from the school. Every week, my wife and I will go to the school, pick up a packet of homework, and give it to my daughter to complete. Isn't that a better option if online learning is not available? This, during a pandemic, is not acceptable. If these kids get COVID, honestly, they'll probably survive unless they're extremely overweight or have some pre-existing problems. But what I'm concerned about is the parents. Hey, you go home, hug grandma, you know, you don't know you got it yet. 2-week incubation period. And then what? God! It's so enraging, and the fact that the school would, like, suppress the truth that's terrifying, isn't it? My God. Like I said before, just brave new world, strange new world. I don't know if I like this. I kind of want to get off this ride now. But, we got another decade or 2 to go, probably, so I don't know, man. Things are gonna get really weird.
Well, I don't know how many years on this earth I got left. I'm gonna get real weird with it.
When you're 5 years old and it's your first day of school ever, and they expect you to know how to read, type, and send emails? Skull emoji.
You sure know how to work that tablet and play some Candy Crush, though, don't you? I got no sympathy, really. Worst comes to worst, mom or dad comes over, sets you up on a Zoom call, and off you go, face-to-face learning. What's the alternative? You send your 5-year-old off into the crowded hallways? I don't think so, Tim. Does it suck? Yeah, sorta, I guess. But there's no time like the present to start learning, especially because we're gonna be more and more tied to technology as the years progress. So I feel sorry for you, little 5-year-old girl, but I believe in you, okay? Children's brains are super elastic. She'll catch on in no time. This picture is absolutely r/madlads. I love it. Oh, Red Apple protests! Open the schools! We can't do virtual learning! The Grim Reaper's standing there like,
open schools now! I need to feed.
These Red Apple protests are part of what I mentioned earlier about teachers being like, oh, parents shouldn't be able to watch what their kids are learning and stuff like that. We can't do online learning, which is just creepy as hell. And I absolutely love the response. This is some dedication. Break out that Halloween costume and it's like, yep, this is my statement. It's just perfect. It's just perfect in every way. Americans are actually just gonna go extinct. She hole punched her mask. She used a hole punch on her mask so she could breathe better. Oh, God. I hope you're out there just getting a big nose full, you know. If I saw this lady on a respirator, I would say, good. Except the masks are usually for other people's protection instead of your own. So she could be out there infecting people right now. I absolutely hate this picture. If I saw it on the internet, I would seriously consider just dropping some anonymous docs. Not that that's something that I condone, but if anybody deserves it, it's people like this. Look at this lizard person. You know who this is? This is Florida Republican Senator Rick Scott, and he wants schools to open again. But he said on Fox Business Network today that his grandchildren will not be attending those newly opened schools. They will be distance learning. Good for thee, not for me. Wow, dude. This is exactly what they mean when they say politicians talk out of both sides, you know? He opens up one end towards his grandchildren. That's his mouth. He's like, don't worry, you guys are going to be safe. And then he opens up his hairy gray butthole towards everybody else, and he's like,
You guys, the schools are gonna be open. You're gonna be safe. Just go to school and die.
how can we make the line go up if you don't go to school and die? Jesus Christ. If you're having a bad day, remember that we unloaded 6,000 bricks at the wrong address. God. Yeah, that's not a good day. Always double check. You think after the first 1,000 they'd be like, do you want to double check the address real quick? In the future, they will be double checking. And I want to know what the owners thought. They're just like, yeah, I don't know. These guys pulled up and started unloading 6,000 bricks into my backyard. I just kind of let it happen. Then again, it looks more like an industrial park than a residential thing. Maybe nobody was at the warehouse. There's a bigger story behind this picture that needs to be told. But this is a solid facepalm. Shops. No shoes, no shirt, no service. People. Okay, no problem. Traffic laws. Wear a seatbelt in your car or get a ticket. People. Okay, no problem. OSHA. While working in certain places, you must wear safety goggles and safety gear. People. Okay, no problem. Airlines. You must be seated and wear a seatbelt with your tray table up when taking off. People. Okay, no problem. TSA. Before getting on this plane, you need to remove your shoes, your belt, anything from your pockets, and go through this x-ray machine. People. Okay, no problem. Grocery stores. Please wear a mask while you're shopping to help reduce the risk of infecting other people with a potentially deadly virus. People.
How dare you take away my personal liberties and rights?
Well, see, the thing is, when we set up the TSA, we had 9/11, so we were riding the 9/11 wave, and if you didn't support the TSA making you take your fucking shoes off, then you're a terrorist. Only real patriots will support taking your shoes off. So basically what I'm saying is, we need a false flag for COVID. God. Oh boy, that's a rabbit hole. I'm not going there. School boards.
We don't have the power to enforce a mask policy on students.
Also school boards.
No dreadlocks, no haircuts with designs, no distracting colors, no visible shoulders, no bra straps showing, no knees showing, no open-toe shoes, no political shirts, no...
Yeah, you do have the power, don't you? You just don't want to.
And also, no posting pictures of the hallway after we reopen to show how crowded everything is.
And how quickly the entire school will get infected. Oh god, it's such a mess, dude. Ah! I want to get off the ride. There's just no brakes. There are no brakes. Most elderly people aren't afraid of this virus. They carry on like normal, unlike the younger generations, afraid of their own shadow. Yeah, I used to have a dog that wasn't afraid of traffic. I don't think that's true. My grandparents are very aware of the risks. Luckily, they live in a relatively small town, so not too many cases there. But yeah, if they truly aren't scared of like sicknesses and viruses and such, then how did they get to be elderly people? Only the most cautious people grow to be elderly. And that's science. You think that base jumping, Red Bull slugging, cocaine addicted 20-year-old's gonna make it to age 70 or 80? No. He's not even gonna get close. His heart's gonna explode at 40, if he's lucky. I don't think it has to do anything with age. It's basically, do you have a brain? Then you're probably aware and somewhat afraid. A safe amount of afraid of this virus. I don't mean go live in a bunker, you know what I mean? But do wash your hands and wear your mask and do all the things that you know you're supposed to do. And if you're not afraid, then good. I hope nothing happens to you and you prove everybody wrong, but that's probably not going to be the case. I asked a woman who was standing too close to me in line at Home Depot to give me 6 feet of space. She laughed and said,
"Ha! I'll give you some f***ing space,"
and is now like 15 feet behind me, thinking that she won, and not realizing that this is my absolute best case scenario. Oh no, I want you to be closer to me. Can you come back over here? The truth is she probably couldn't count to 6 and she's just like 1, 2, this is far enough, right? Yeah, Karen, you good. Just stay right there. Oh, God. So, this is real. It's Trump coloring the flag with some children, and he is making the stripes red and blue. He doesn't know what the flag looks like. Or maybe he's re-engineering the flag. All I know is that this little kid sitting next to him is sitting there like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh my god, it's so classic. I can't breathe. Jesus.
If you're wearing a mask, why would you care if I'm not? Your mask works, right?
Huh. In response,
If you're sober, why would you care if I was driving drunk? Your seatbelt and airbags work, right?
oh, got him. One of the first school districts in the US to reopen its doors during the pandemic did not even make it a day before a call came from the county health department. A student who had walked the halls and sat in various classrooms had tested positive. Jesus, dude. Greenfield Central Junior High School. I hope that's the actual high school. You guys need to do better. At least it only lasted for a day. You know, this student could be walking around for a couple weeks at a time, and then everybody's infected, and they're like, uh-oh. And then the school's closed down, like, for real, you know? Lord, a lot of coronavirus posts, but I guess that's what's hot right now. And for the last fucking 5 months. Oh, this channel's gonna be an interesting time capsule, I'll tell you that much. Alright, thanks. Hey, I just got my braces off. OMFG, send a pic! With teeth, you idiot. Oh. Jesus Christ. This is pure undistilled facepalm. Mwah, chef's kiss. Beautiful. Oh. Another verified Twitter post. Just always with the gold. I wish we could use, like, laughing emojis, but in real life. Or you could just fucking laugh. Okay, but if it's like a fake laugh, usually people can tell if it's a fake laugh, right? To me, the laughing emoji, even the crying laughing emoji, doesn't equal even one full laugh unless you put at least 5 of them. Then I'll know that you actually laughed. Each laughing emoji usually equates to about 1 nose exhale, you know? Each emoji is for like 1 second of exhalation. So you get 2 laughing emojis, and it's like... There's a science to it, dude. I'm gonna write a thesis paper on this. Mike says, Bernie Sanders should be forced to give away 90% of his birthday cake. Hashtag, happy birthday, Bernie. And Mayor says, this is how birthday cakes work when you have friends. I've never been to a birthday party. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Oh, this is so good. The spread of coronavirus is based on 2 factors. 1, how dense the population is, and 2, how dense the population is. You wrote the same thing twice. What's the other one? You're number 2. Alright, last one I think. I don't want this video to get too friggin' long. But this is what Kenyon Martin said about Jeremy Lin. Do I need to remind this boy his last name Lin? Martin said with a sarcastic face and tone. Like, come on man, let's stop it with these people. There's no way possible he would have made it on one of our teams with that bullshit on his head. Come on man, somebody need to tell him like, alright bro, we get it, you want to be black, like, we get it. But your last name is Lin. And then Jeremy Lin's response to Kenyon Martin. Hey man, it's all good. You don't have to like my hair and definitely entitled to your opinion. Actually, I'm legit grateful that you're sharing it, to be honest. At the end of the day, I appreciate that I have dreads and you have Chinese tattoos because I think that's a sign of respect. And I think as minorities, the more we appreciate each other's cultures, the more we influence mainstream society. Thanks for everything you did for the Nets and hoops. I had your poster up on my wall growing up. That little bit of shade at the end, like, hey, you're old also. This is like the best response possible. Damn. And let's be real, this is not the real use of cultural appropriation anyways. Cultural appropriation has to do with capitalizing on a native people's culture when you're not a part of that culture. Did Jeremy Lin somehow capitalize on having dreads? I'll tell you that if Kenyon Martin got his Chinese tattoos from somebody who wasn't Chinese, then technically that's cultural appropriation. But I'm not gonna open that book because guess what? I don't give a single shit. Let people enjoy things, god damn it. Whew. With that said, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you'll like, comment, and or subscribe if you did, friends. Also, check out the links in the description to Twitter, Discord, and of course, Patreon. And like always, I'd like to give a shout out to my lovely, lovely patrons. We've got Just Austin, Robert Waits, Dot Nathan, Crimson Albedo, Lady Nix, Radimus Cisco, Damon Darkstar, and the oldest of them all, the OG, Nico the Legend. If you guys have the money to donate, feel like donating, check out that Patreon. We got some pretty good reward tiers, I do think. I'm also open to suggestions for those tiers, if you should like to offer them. Anyways, that's about it for me. This was a very COVID-heavy episode, so I hope that you'll remember to wear your mask and wash your hands, and don't make me or other people around you facepalm. You might end up on r/facepalm. I'm just saying. Definitely take care of yourselves, because you are loved, you are valuable, and you definitely deserve it. So I will see you again tomorrow, friends. I told you we're jumping back into daily content, and I'm trying to hold steady to that. Sometimes I don't hold as steady as I'd like, but I hope you guys will understand. Life gets busy. I'll see you then. Thank you as always for listening, and until then, friends, bye-bye.